from speech. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Fumi from speech. I'm a registered behavior technician. I work with special needs children. I'm SEN certified and also I'm RB certified, and also working towards receiving other qualification in order to be more qualified to work with special needs children. So if you're wondering what this channel is all about, it's all about having to know or what to do with special needs children, or how to go about taking care of special needs children. So if this channel is something you would like to learn from, or something you just want to learn how to cater for children with special needs, stay tuned to this channel. So today I'm going to be talking about attention deficit, how you can be able to manage, or how you can be able to recognize if a child is having difficulty paying attention in class, or how you can be able to manage kids that have difficulty attending in classrooms. So the purpose of this video is for that. So what do I mean by attention deficit? So you must have come across a child that is not paying attention in the classroom, or the child is not listening, is not sitting, is not attending to what you're saying or what you're teaching in classroom. So how can you able, first of all, you have to identify that this is the area of need the child is lagging, and how you want to come into to support the child. So not every child or not every children have this difficulty, but if you're able to identify this particular child, that this is the challenge he or she is having, then these tools that I'm going to introduce to you will be of benefits or beneficial to you. So stay tuned. As I was saying, attention deficit is often categorized as inability to attend to instructions, or inability to complete a given task in classroom. So if a child is having attention deficit, first of all, you are not the one to diagnose if you're not certified to do so. You have to work hand in hand with specialists that are more qualified to identify that the child has the attention deficit. So we don't just tag the child that, oh, she's having attention deficit, this is what you should do. No, we don't do that. After rigorous assessment and compilation of reports, then the special team can now conclude or make suggestion that the child is having attention deficit. So, and that's where the RBT comes in to make sure to prepare activities to help curb that particular challenge in that particular child. So there are some attention deficits from children with special needs kids, that they lack sitting span. They cannot sit for long. So you find them sitting for like 1 minute, and then the next minute they are up, they're running, they're just fixating or pacing around the classroom. So what do you do in regards to that? You don't just scream and say, hey, come and sit down here. No, we don't. For sure, we don't scream at them, because number one, sometimes their behavior is out of the blue. That is what their neurons desire at that particular time. I'm not a medical doctor, so there are some terms I'm going to be using based on my own qualification and my years of experience with the kids. So that's what they desire at that particular time, and so they want to feed that neurons at that particular time. So we don't stop them, and because that can even escalate. Stopping them can escalate into something more serious. So you might want to like set a timer. You might want to prepare the child's mind. Okay, so what do I mean by preparing the child's mind? So for instance, if a particular task is upcoming, you prepare a kind of visuals for the child to be able to know what is coming next. just like we as individuals, we know daily routines and how we schedule our times. Also, the special needs children are not exempted in this, so we prepare their minds and their activities so they know what is coming up next. So preparing their minds and preparing visuals to inform them ahead of what is coming could also help special needs kids to be able to be aware of what is coming up next. And also, after scheduling or after preparing their mind, you make sure that you're following through. You don't just do it today and then tomorrow you say, okay, the child is already learned it yesterday. No, we follow through till the last until we see that there are changes. And also, you at every change or at every given time, make sure that you are using something that the child likes. We call it reinforcer. So what the child likes is what you're going to use to reward. A reinforcer is just like a reward. Just like we typical people, we are rewarded after a job well done. So we also want to reward these kids. We don't just use verbatism and say, oh, hey, good job, you have done this, you were sitting nicely. If I was able to work 30 days in a month and my boss just comes and say, oh, good job, you're the most punctual employee. I'm like, what has that got to do with me without the physical cash? You know what I mean? And so also these special needs children, they deserve it. So you might want to use a reward at every point in time you see the child sitting. You're positively reinforcing because you want to see more of that behavior. So in ABA terms, I'm not going to be going in depth because not everybody, I'm just here to share the knowledge on how you can. So going into the ABA terms might not be necessary for this video, but I'll just keep it short and keep it simple. You know what I mean? So, you have to set in some reward system for the child, and whenever you see that the child is sitting for this particular minute or seconds, then you have to reward the child. Oh, good job, good sitting. I saw you sitting the other time. Very nice, good job, have it. That can encourage the child to sit more. And sometimes this reward, they are not, for some children, they satiate. What do I mean by satiation? They've earned this reward over and over and over and over again. So they don't see any value in it anymore. So that leads to satiation. And then we just have to work around what the child likes the next. So you use different materials, edibles or items, and you see that fascinates the child. So you can be able to get the child to attend. And you don't deliver the reinforcer towards the end of that particular goal. I don't know if you will know what I mean. So for instance, you give the child a maths homework to do, and then the math assignment is 1 to 5, and you saw that, oh, the child has started. You can verbally praise the child, oh, good start, well done, and then gradually, once the child gets to number 4, but there is still one left and you have reinforced the child with edible, so the child will believe that, oh, once I get to 4, I get something, so the child will be stuck at number 4 all the time. So you make sure that the reinforcer is, is thought through to the last work. And some of them might not be able to do the whole 5 sums, depending on how you have already how you have scaled the child, how you have assessed the child and see the ability of the child. So that's about attention deficit. Other things you can also do for children that has difficulties sitting. Sometimes they don't find interest in the activity in the classroom, not because they don't want to, just because the person teaching is not fun. You don't make the class to be, fun. You're just so serious. You're so serious. And these children, they love attention. They like seeking for attention. You know, these are kind of behavior that they pose in the classroom. They just want everybody to fixate at them, and they just want everybody to know that they are present in the classroom. So when they are left aloof, or when they are left unattended to, then they seek for that attention to distract your classroom. They distract your classroom, and then they just want to get that whole attention. So what you might want to do is, you might want to just, you know, get that child, that particular special needs child, involved at all times. Or who wants to do the sum, and then even if the child cannot be able to do it 100%, the fact that you are recognizing the presence of that particular child in that environment, in that classroom, gives the joy to the child that yes, I am part of this classroom, I am not left. And there are some also that you might want to have an aid, that is someone sitting beside the child just to guide the child, and make sure that the aid is also experienced, is also can know what the strength of the child is. If the aid does not know the strength of the child, then that aid cannot, I mean the assistants, call them aid, or the LSAs. If the LSA or the aid or the shadow cannot or does not know the strength or the weakness of that particular child he or she is seeing, then the assistant cannot help. It's just going to create more problem to the child. So after getting an aid, the aid is meant to simplify the activity. Sometimes these kids, they are overwhelmed by the number of sums being given. So this aid is there to help to simplify this activity, to break these activities down into the most simplest, I mean the very, like a nursery task. So this aid is there to simplify this activity. If the activity is simplified, then there will be no need for the child to jump from 1 minute to 2 minutes. If the aid is able to analyze, okay, this is the task you're going to do for this 1 minute, you're going to do this and take a break, and then come back the next minute, you're doing this and then take a break. So there is a break in between each session within that particular or confined activity, if you know what I mean. So you want to do 5 sums, okay, how about you do 2 sums and then you take a break and then come back and then do the next 2 sums again, take a break and come back. So this helps them not to pace around the classroom as often as they should, you know what I mean. So you might want to try that and see how it works. All right, I hope I've been able to speak your mind, I've been able to express your thoughts, even despite your clients might be different from my own clients, but you can just pick 1 or 2 things from these tips and then you're good to go. Thank you so much.